those days that needed you in it. Not because anything went wrong, just because you make everything go more right. I woke up and the morning was gray in that particular way that asks more from you than a sunny one does. The kind of gray that sits on everything and makes the smallest tasks feel slightly heavier than they should. And my first thought before coffee, before anything, was you. The thought of you did not fix the gray, but it made it easier to move through. That is what you do from a distance. You make things easier to move through. I got dressed and went out, and the whole morning was this long, ordinary stretch of things that needed doing. Nothing worth reporting. Nothing that would make a good story. Just the kind of morning that is mostly neutral and a little slow. But I kept collecting moments for you. That is a habit I have developed without deciding to. Whenever something happens, something small, something funny or strange or just worth noticing, I file it away, save it, mark it as something to tell you. By lunchtime, I had a small pile of them. Observations and half-thoughts and one genuinely strange interaction with a stranger that I cannot wait to tell you about properly. That is what you do to a day. You give it somewhere to go. All the small things that would otherwise just dissolve now have a destination. I ate lunch alone and I did not mind it. I mind it less than I used to, which I think is because being alone feels different now. It used to feel like a lack. Now it feels like a pause. Like something is just temporarily somewhere else rather than missing entirely. You changed the quality of my alone time without being in it. That is a strange and wonderful thing to realize about someone. The afternoon was harder. Not in a dramatic way. Just that slow grind of hours where you are trying to stay focused and the edges of your attention keep drifting. Mine kept drifting to you. To things you said recently that I keep turning over. To the particular way you explain things when you are thinking something through out loud. To what it would feel like to have you near right now instead of just in my head. I missed your voice, specifically, this afternoon. Not just you in general, your voice, the particular pace of it, the way it sounds when you are talking about something you actually care about. It speeds up slightly, gets a little more alive. I find that completely disarming every time. I would have traded most of the afternoon for 20 minutes of that voice. There was a moment around 4 where everything just felt a little too much. Nothing specific, just that accumulated weight of a long day pressing down a bit. And I sat somewhere quiet for a while, and I thought about you very deliberately. Not as a distraction, as a resource. I thought about the last time you made me feel completely settled. The last time I was near you, and everything that usually hums with low-level worry just stopped, went quiet. Let me just be somewhere without asking anything of me. You do that. You create a specific kind of quiet that does not exist anywhere else. And on the days when I cannot get to you, I borrow it from memory. I reach back for it, and it still works, even from a distance, even just as a thought. the most remarkable things about loving you. How present you are, even when you are not here. The evening came slowly, the way evenings do when you are waiting for something good, every hour taking slightly longer than it should, but I did not waste it. I thought about things I want to say to you, things I want you to know that I do not always find the right moment for in the middle of ordinary conversation. Like how I notice the way you treat the people around you. Not just the people who matter, everyone. The automatic kindness. The way you make people feel like their time was well spent. I notice that every time, and I find it quietly extraordinary. Like how you are one of the few people I have ever known who actually gets more interesting the longer you know them. Most people become more familiar, which is good, but they also become more predictable. You keep surprising me. After everything, you still say things I did not see coming, still look at things in ways I had not considered. That is not common. I want you to know I understand how not common that is. And like how safe I feel with you, not in a passive way, in a way that took time to build and that I do not take for granted for a single day. I have not always felt safe like this. Not with everyone. Not automatically. It is something I have had to learn to let happen. And with you, it became possible in a way it had not been before. You did that without pressure, without asking me to hand anything over before I was ready. You just made the space and waited, and eventually I filled it. I love you for that more than almost anything. For the patience of it, for never making me feel like I was taking too long to arrive. After everything settled tonight, I found myself just sitting with the day, reviewing it the way you do when something is finally done. And what I kept coming back to was not any particular moment. It was the thread that ran through all of them. The constant low hum of you. You were in everything today without being in any of it. In the background of the gray morning and the slow afternoon and the evening that took too long to arrive. That is a new kind of presence I did not know was possible. Someone being woven into your day from the outside. Someone being somehow there and not there at the same time. It should feel less than actually being together, and in some ways it is less. But in other ways, it is its own thing entirely, its own specific intimacy, the intimacy of someone occupying your thoughts so completely that they become part of how you experience a day. I experience days differently because of you. The texture is different. The things I notice have shifted. I pay attention to things I would have walked past before because I am always, on some level, looking for things to bring back to you. You made me more curious about the world by being someone I want to share it with. That is not a small thing. That is one of the more significant things one person can do for another without either of them quite realizing it is happening. I realized it today. In the middle of a very ordinary afternoon, first time. You made me more, not by changing me or asking me to be something different, just by being someone worth bringing things home to, someone whose response I want, someone who receives things fully. You made more of me possible by being exactly what you are. I wanted to say that on a day that was nothing special, on a day that will not be remembered for anything. I wanted to say something real in the middle of it. So here it is. You are the best part of my ordinary days, not despite them being ordinary, because of it. Because love that lives in the ordinary is the kind that actually lasts. And I want this to last. I want all of it. Every gray morning and slow afternoon and evening that takes too long to arrive. All of it. As long as you are somewhere in it. As long as you are the direction everything eventually points. That is enough. That is everything. There was a moment near the end of the afternoon where the light changed. That specific shift that happens when the day has finally decided to become evening. Everything went softer, and I thought about the first time we watched light do that together. Neither of us saying anything, just both looking at it. That rare kind of quiet where two people are in the same moment, completely. I have been chasing that feeling in small ways ever since. That particular quality of shared stillness. I have not found it with anyone else. I am not sure it exists with anyone else for me. It is specific to you. Like a frequency only you and I can tune into together. And on the days we are apart, I can almost hear it. Almost. Not quite. But almost. That almost is what gets me through the long days. The knowledge that the actual thing is still there waiting. That it has not gone anywhere. That it will be there when the distance finally closes. I love you across every version of today. The morning version of me that woke up thinking about you. The afternoon version that missed your voice. The evening version that is still collecting things to